Sansa can keep her sewing needles. I've got a needle of my own.
The Game of Thrones Season 8 official tease, Crypts of Winterfell, confirmed the release date. Game of Thrones Season 8 Episode 1 will air on Sunday, April 14th, but this footage is fake. Well, not fake. This is an HBO production, but it's just a promo. It's not part of Season 8. We know this because the Stark children have empty tombs. They don't have statues already, as seen in this promo. When Jon and Arya last saw each other, Jon said, "Different roads sometimes lead to the same castle." This tease suggests that Jon and Arya will finally reunite, which we already suspected since we already got a tease with Jon arriving back to Winterfell. But more importantly, I think this concept of different roads leading to the same castle applies to the books and the show. The show has dropped some characters, the show has amalgamation characters like Gendry, and the show dropped, adjusted, and changed some of the subplots. But different roads sometimes lead to the same castle, which is why I stand by my book-based endgame predictions, and this Game of Thrones Season 8 official tease lines up with a few of those, namely, the Night King's backstory. The Night King was born in the Crypts of Winterfell. To all my subs, don't worry, I'm not going to rehash the details of Bael the Bard and all that. Let's take a fresh look at everything, high level. So Bran has downloaded a lot of information. Bran has lots of visions, like Jaime unknowingly killing his biological father, Mad King Aerys. But Bloodraven has specifically shown Bran just 3 things. One was the final vision that led to Hold the Door, and the other 2 were the Tower of Joy and the Night King creation. One of these is paid off, the Tower of Joy. We found out Jon Snow's secret identity. As we went over recently, that's the first of the 2 secrets in the Crypts of Winterfell. Check out that video. But we also suggested that the second secret to the Crypts of Winterfell will be the Night King's secret identity. So let's add in 2 more clues. We've got this one from the show and 2 from the books. Clue number 2. In the books, Bran was told that he must learn truths the first men knew, forgotten now in Winterfell. That's Bran's purpose. And clue number 3. There's a scene that happens in both Book 4 and Book 5, once from Sam's perspective and once from Jon's perspective. Jon asks Sam in the books, "Did you find out who the others are, where they come from, what they want?" But Jon wants to know who they are, where they come from, and what they want. Bran was told that he must find out truths the first men knew, forgotten now in Winterfell, and Bloodraven showed Bran just 3 things, Hold the Door, the Tower of Joy, and the Night King creation. 2 of them have paid off, Hold the Door and the Tower of Joy. So, if we connect these 3 clues, it suggests that the second big reveal will be the Night King's secret identity. So far, all we know is where he was created. He was created by this Arrowhead Mountain, the same one that Sandor saw in a vision, and we know that this Arrowhead Mountain's north of the wall. So he may have been created after the wall was built, assuming that this guy with the beard was the first Night King, and the one attacking now is the second Night King, created once the Andals arrived and began burning down the Weirwoods.
But the pack could not withstand the coming of the Andals, a race of tall, fair-haired warriors. They attacked with fire and weapons of steel, slaughtering the children of the forest wherever they could find them, burning out their weirwood groves.
So that's Bran's purpose, and it makes sense. We'll expand on this before the season, but in short, Bran's purpose is to find out the truth. That's what the Weirwoods allowed him to do, to see the past, to see what really happened. Because history is written by the winners, and sometimes even true stories get lost in translation.
See. They're spelled different, but they sound the same.
Expect to find out that just like the Rhaegar and Lyanna, Romeo and Juliet love story, the Night King was also the product of a song of ice and fire. Expect to find out that the Night King, just like Jon, was a son of ice and fire. Just like the S-U-N son in Miriam Asdor's cryptic prophecy to Dany, the S-U-N son in the Azor Ahai prophecy is probably an S-O-N son, the forgotten son, the Night King. Bank on it. So that answers the first 2 questions, who they are and where they're from, which leaves one more question. What do they want? We'll dive into that in more detail soon. It relates to the Night King's half-brother. Hit subscribe.